are recording. Okay, in this section on medicinal herbs, we're going to be talking about 5 botanicals and poultice preparations. Now, the first herb is life root, also known as the woman's friend, found all over the United States. Here's a picture of the life root herb. The part of the plant that we use is the flowering top, the leaves, and the root. It's collected May through June. It benefits dysmenorrhea, menorrhagia, atonic leukorrhea, prostate enlargement in men, and what they would consider functional irregularities during menopause. Can be prepared as a decoction or a tincture. That's life root. Now, the next herb is tansy, also known as the hexapod dispeller, found all over the United States. We use the seeds and the leaves in this case. One of the, I'll say, relatively few that we're using the seeds. Typically it's flowers and the tops and the leaves and the root, etc. But this is seeds as well. It's collected end of July through August. It is beneficial in expelling worms, for painful menstruation, and as an insect repellent. It can be prepared as an infusion or for emergency field use. And then burdock, a very popular and common herb to use, the rheumatic healer, found all over the United States using the seeds, head, roots, and it's collected September to October, typically in the fall. Now, in as far as roots go, you can collect it in the spring or in the fall, most often in the fall. It benefits arthritis and arthritic pain, diseases of the blood to be considered a blood cleanser, for scurvy, for bladder and kidney disorders, cradle cap in children, eczema, boils, and styes. Can be prepared as an infusion, tincture, decoction, or poultice. And then arnica, the natural physician's friend, or you may say naturopath's friend, or people who work in natural health. Arnica alpina or alpina is found in the northern part of the United States, in the upper or higher elevations. Part of the plant that's used is the flowers. It's also known as leopard's bane, collected June through September, and it benefits bruises or swelling associated with sprains. So preparations, emergency field use. So this is something that you'd want to get if you were hiking, for example, at a higher elevation or something, and experience a sprain. And then it can also be used as a fomentation. Those are the preparation methods. And then golden seal, the universal herb, many applications. Botanical name, Hydrastis canadensis, found all over the United States. The part of the plant that's used is golden seal. You often hear golden seal root. It's orange root, yellow root, brown raspberry, turmeric root, Indian dye, Indian turmeric, different than your standard turmeric. And then it's collected September to October, or in the spring or in the fall. It benefits all mucous membranes and inflammations, vaginitis, cankers, pyorrhea, inflamed uterus and ovaries, gastritis, duodenitis, infant diarrhea, menorrhagia, leukorrhea, dyspepsia, cuts, wounds, sores, and the preparation methods are tinctures, powders, decoctions, or emergency field use. That's golden seal, the universal herb. And then that also brings us to lobelia, referred to as the intelligent plant, Lobelia inflata. Yeah, it's found in the eastern part of the United States primarily, even though it's grown and it's been cultivated elsewhere. The seeds, leaves, stems, and tops of the plants also used. Been called Indian tobacco, collected July through September. It benefits coughs, bronchitis, whooping cough, pneumonia, convulsions, croup, asthma, earache, tetanus, ringworm, boils, painful skin infections, and the preparation methods are primarily tincture, poultice, and infusion. So as you can see, with Lobelia, the intelligent plant, benefits coughs, bronchitis, whooping cough, pneumonia, croup, okay, asthma. So those are respiratory ailments. So it has a strong affinity and benefit for the respiratory system. Lobelia. Okay. And the first part, you got lobes of the lungs, Lobelia. All right. So that's then that brings us to black cohosh, the hormone balancer. Semicifuga racemosa is a botanical name found primarily in the northeast part of the United States, or indigenous to the northeast part of the United States. The roots, you use the roots of the black cohosh plant, black snake root, and it's got other names, and it's collected July through October. Benefits chorea, epilepsy, high blood pressure, DT, that's deliria tremens, normally associated with alcohol, or detoxing from alcohol, the tremors that people get from as a reaction to alcohol addiction. Asthma, insect bites, whooping cough, stomach pains. It also tones organs in the stomach and digestive system. Okay. Endocarditis, pericarditis, intercostal neuralgia, rheumatic pains. And the preparation methods are as a tea and infusion. Tea. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, tincture. And that's obscured. And infusion as well. Okay, and then that's going to bring us to raspberry, the pre-birth herb. Rubus strigosus is its botanical name. Found all over the United States. The leaves and the fruit are both medicinal. Right? Western black raspberry, Western red raspberry. You've seen raspberry, you've eaten raspberries. Yes, this is the fruit and this is considered herb. It is medicinal. Collected July through August. Benefits canker sores, like of the mouth and throat sores. Dysentery, diarrhea. It increases milk supply for nursing mothers. Ophthalmia, leukorrhea by injection, and preparation methods primarily infusion. Then we have squaw vine. It's an Indian medicine herbal. Like some of these herbs that you'll see here come from Native American, or some people call it American Indian. It's really Native American folklore or medicine. Michella repens is a botanical name found in the southern United States, so it's native to the southern United States. The entire plant can be used. And what you'll find in here in your reading and study is if the entire plant is called for and you can use the entire plant, use the entire plant, because it has a synergistic effect. The various parts of the plant have their own qualities, own benefits, and work together. The synergy is working together where the sum of the total is greater than its individual parts and uses. Collected March through August, promotes benefits and promotes lactation, and then its benefits dysentery or helps to address dysentery, proper embryo and fetal development. It can be used for sore breasts during breastfeeding and relieves menorrhagia, amenorrhea, and dysmenorrhea. Preparation methods, infusion, and ointment. Okay. And then it brings us to Skullcap, the nerve control herb. See a picture there on the right. Scutellaria lateriflora, found all over the United States. The part of the plants to use is the entire plant as well. Other name, madweed, Quaker bonnet, hoodwort. It's collected July through October. Benefits chorea, nerve tonic, insomnia, DTs or delirium tremens, hydrophobia, convulsions. Preparation methods, infusion or tinctures. Okay, that is Skullcap. That brings us. So here's some takeaways in this section. Remember why it is important to find and identify herbs in their natural environment. Okay, and we'll be doing some of that. We will have an herb walk or herbal experience so we can see the herbs in their natural environment. Seeing pictures of them, helpful. Oftentimes, when people become familiar with herbs, if they get them in a box, let's say as a tea, okay, which is common, they're dried, they're not their natural color, you don't see a picture or any reference to them, so you wouldn't know them. I mean, dandelion, you're going to know, but other herbs, you would know by getting it as a tea or getting it as a dried product, getting it in a package, having something shipped. Okay. And most often, there's no picture, there's no reference, so you can see exactly what that looks like in nature, if that's growing in your backyard, is growing in your community. So you want to be able to find and identify herbs in their natural environment and know where it would be safe to harvest herbs. There are some recommendations for that, for where you harvest herbs and where you do not. So for example, we know that you're not harvesting herbs near roadsides, near industry, near areas that may have pollution or may be sprayed with chemicals. Whatever is in the water, whatever is in the environment is going to be in the herb as well. You want to understand how to use herbs for healing and the medicinal purposes. What part of the plant is safe to use, what part of the plant is not. Some parts of the plant may be medicinal and other parts of the plant may be very harmful if used. And it's important to be passionate. I mean, ideally, I'd like to see, and we'd like for you to be passionate about healing and using herbs for the community, for your family. Okay? As you utilize herbs, as we utilize products from nature, we are working in conjunction with nature, and every drug that is used is going through a process and is polluting the environment. So the pharmaceutical companies and the drugs and everything that are manufactured, when you use a botanical product, when you get something that naturally grows from nature, something that our creator considered to be so important that most times we don't have to plant it. Okay, we don't think about that. People are like, oh, these pesky weeds that come back every year, all these dandelions, all this, whatever. Why is it you have to plant some things you have to food? I mean, you have to plant to get food, and these herbs, they're necessary, they're vital, they're resilient. Okay, and that contributes to our health and well-being. They are bioavailable. We come from the earth, they come from the earth. And so the cycle continues. The cycle of life continues. Okay. And then sharing what you have, and we'll learn without this. You're not learning this in any phase of school. No school that I know of is teaching about herbs, not in the United States, maybe elsewhere.